Hello everyone, welcome to another segment of Everything Ellis County with Team Ensinia, powered by Keller Williams and Goosehead Insurance. Today we're going to stop in at the Ellis County Children's Advocacy Center. We're going to meet up with our good friends Leslie and Holly, and I believe Holly has a surprise for us. Let's go inside. All right everyone, welcome back. We caught up with Leslie Dean this morning. How's it going?
Pretty great.
All right, good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
It's been a while and there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on.
A lot of crazy, but a lot of good things too.
Well, that's good. How have you been during this whole COVID and pandemic thing? How's it been going for the kiddos?
Well, I like the new word that I've been hearing a lot of, like pivot. We've definitely pivoted. We've been doing a lot more telehealth where kids that still need therapy services, just because there's a pandemic happening doesn't mean that kids don't need therapy.
It's kind of almost gotten worse, I think, in some instances because they're tired of being cooped up. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean, my kids were tired of being cooped up, and so, normal healthy families are struggling.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we were able to provide services. The telehealth has allowed us to do that, to where our therapists can get online with the kids and with the families and keep that going.
Yeah.
And what we've seen is just on our family advocacy side. Our family advocate has reported just a great deal more of crisis intervention calls.
Right.
They're calling us in a crisis, and we're trying to help them through those things.
Well, that's cool that you guys have been able to keep going and, like you said, pivot or reinvent or whatever, because it has caused people to think outside the box on how they do things and how they approach things throughout this whole time. It's been an eye opener for sure. But we want to talk about some exciting things. First of all, we're sitting in part of your new space because you guys have expanded because you needed the room for more help. And so tell us a bit about that.
It's kind of a reimagining of the same space that we had, but we are growing our programs. And so we needed, in growing programs, we grew our staff.
Sure.
So we went from 5 staff when I came a couple of years ago to now we have 9 staff.
Whoa.
And so we wanted to make sure that our staff had places to serve people. So a lot of our offices that were individual offices are now spaces to do therapy, to visit with families during the time that they're here for forensic interviews. And so our staff have come into, they've graciously gave up their offices, and they're in cubicles now on where our boardroom used to be.
Right.
So we're really trying to make use of every square inch of our building.
Sure.
Until that time when we would do like a capital campaign.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be coming in the next 3 to 5 years.
Well, that's cool, and it's good that you guys have been able to do that. One other thing I want to talk about, because before you know it, the first of the year is going to be here. Mm-hmm. And you guys are already gearing up for your big fundraisers. So let's talk a little bit about that, because you've got some exciting news to share with us about who you're going to partner with on one of them, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Okay, so we've, as nonprofits, you struggle with, especially children nonprofits, because people think, oh, the Advocacy Center and CASA, they're the same thing. They think that we're the same entities. And so we do a lot of work, the CASA group does, and we work together to really try to define our different entities, because both of us are much needed. And we thought, why don't we team up? Right. And do something big together. And so we're gearing up to do a purse bingo. Now it's in the very preliminary phases,
right.
But we're looking at in the springtime, somewhere in March, April, to do a really fun event. We're gonna, all of our staff coming together. I don't know if you've ever been to a CASA gala,
yes,
or to the Advocacy Center gala, but both of them are fabulous events.
Exactly. And
can you imagine all of our heads coming together?
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. They've done a great job for a long time at CASA, because I was there for the very first gala, because I was on the board of directors for 2 years, and so I was there for the very first one. To see it grow from that to what it is now is crazy. So you guys, kind of coming together as one, per se, to help each other out. It's going to be great, I think. But you also have something else that you talked about the other day that's going to be fun for a lot of the guys, for sure, right? Oh,
for sure. So we are planning to do a skeet shoot at the end of the year, or at the end of our fiscal year, which is in August. We're hoping that would be a great way for guys and gals to get ready for dove season. That's coming right around after that. So in fact, we have board members that are scoping out different places to do the skeet shoots. And do some kind of tournament. We may have raffle that we're doing for guns or things like that. So it's going to be really a fabulous time to be a part of our agency and contribute, but also have a great time.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. And all those events sound really, really cool. But the first one's going to come up with the one you're partnering with CASA. So
yes,
that's going to come up before you know it. It'll be here because man, this year's flown by. It seems like yesterday it was like February.
That's right. And when we all had to kind of buckle down and try to figure out how to do our services part, we kind of just put fundraising on the back burner.
Right.
We had the opportunity of having our fundraiser like the last weekend before the whole country shut down. So we were very fortunate to be able to get it in last year.
Right.
But this is a whole new year. We still have operational costs that our fundraising goes to. It helps pay for our lights. It
Sure.
helps pay for our staff. And so we get grants, we get United Way helps us out, but then we also depend on donors to help support us. And a lot of our grants want to know that our community does support our
Exactly.
work, and they have a matching requirement.
Right.
So we need the support of our community. And we also know that right now it's really hard because some people are trying to choose, they may have been giving to multiple organizations,
Right.
and then this year they're scaling that back some. And so that's another reason why we've decided to team up two child agencies working together to help our community as well.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it's great that you guys have continued to do that for the children of Ellis County because the need doesn't stop, and like you said, the bills don't stop coming in.
That's right.
So all those are really, really needed. So we're going to transition here in just a second, but we're going to actually meet one of your newest staff members, right?
That's right. I really have 10.
Yeah.
But my 10th staff, she's a little furry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to bring Holly in here in just a minute and see what we can find out about that.
Okay.
It was good talking to you again.
Good to talk to you.
All
See
right.
ya.
Okay, everyone, welcome back. We now have Holly Scott with us. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome, welcome. Tell us first about you and what your job is here at the Advocacy Center.
Okay. My name is Holly Scott. I'm the program director, so I'm over our forensic interview program and our family advocacy program. I have been here, it'll be 2 years next month.
Well, that's good. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm sure they're glad to have you and they love everything you do. Well, so this is actually the newest member of the group here.
This is our 10th staff member
10th
with
staff
4
member,
legs.
yeah, with 4 legs and no fur. So who is this?
This is Odelia. She comes to us from Canine Companions for Independence, which has been around since the 1970s, places facility dogs and service dogs for people with disabilities. They place dogs in hospitals, lots of children's advocacy centers across the nation. Great organization, and she's been with us a month now.
That's really cool. So tell us how you found out about this program and what made you decide that you guys could utilize a dog like this.
So I think this process has been in the works for a few years now. Probably goes back way before I even was here. We have talked about it. The district attorney's office had talked about getting a dog a long time ago. So we Leslie and I, actually, when I started, looked at starting this process, looked at all different kinds of options out there, lots of different organizations. There are some Texas children's advocacy centers that have dogs from Canine Companions, so they ultimately became the organization that we put our application in for.
Well, that's really
And
cool.
It's been about a year and a half.
Yeah, it's not a quick process,
No.
is it?
Mm-mm.
No, it's like hurry up and wait, right?
No.
We want all your information, but then you have to wait.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot that goes into it, right? They have to choose the right dog for the right. I mean,
Absolutely.
there's so much that goes into it that people don't know. But tell us kind of what she does for the children that come in and how she helps them.
So a little bit about her background. She has been in training for 2 years, so she's 2 years old. Some of her commands she has known since she was a puppy, and then they actually put them in professional training for up to 9 months.
Wow.
So she's only 2, and so she's been in training pretty much her whole life. She knows 40 different commands, but her main number one job here is just to be loved on and love on kiddos. So she can be used in a variety of settings here. So if it's just for greeting a kid and their family out in the lobby, she goes up and greets, and then we have watched her lay her head or her feet on kiddos or even parents' feet just to kind of comfort. She provides just that extra level of comfort and fun. A lot of her commands that she has learned can be used for interactive games.
Gotcha.
For kiddos, so I'm teaching her right now how to bowl with like a little toddler bowling set.
Okay.
So she can push a lot of the commands, like she knows how to push with her nose, which for a person with a disability, it might be pushing a drawer shut, but
Right.
for her, it could be pushing a ball.
Sure.
So her favorite thing is to stretch. So we call her the yoga master,
Well, there you
because that's
go.
one of her biggest things is stretching. So she can sit in on forensic interviews as well. So that has been amazing. Because I'm cross-trained to do family advocacy and interviews.
Gotcha.
Her first week that she was here, she sat in on 3 interviews that day with 3
Put her right to work.
3 teenagers, and she was amazing. She met their needs, and even if it's just laying on the bed and just being in the room,
Right.
being present is sometimes enough.
It just has a calming effect, doesn't it?
Sometimes
And
kids get in the floor and play with her.
you were telling me too that she really does know her place in time, because tell us a little bit about that, because we talked about this before last week, and you told me she knows when to interact and when not to interact.
Yeah, it seems like she picks up on, there could be some anxiety that she picks up in individuals, whether that's parents or kiddos that come here. We know that exists when kiddos and families come sometimes. So she can kind of interact in different ways. When she first got here, I think she was still kind of trying to learn what to do, but now I see her interact in a more purposeful way.
Right.
With kiddos and parents. Sometimes it's just like leaning into them, like while they're just sitting in the chair, she kind of leans into them, gives a little bit of pressure, which can be helpful for kiddos and families. When she's not at work, though, she runs around the backyard
Right.
with her.
She gets to be a dog.
Yes, so
She has a quitting time too, right?
Yes, so when she takes off her vest and goes home, she's just like any other average dog.
Well, that's cool. That's a good balance. Well, it's very exciting that you guys have her, and I'm sure it's going to continue to be a great asset for you guys, and to help these children and families. Just, they're already in a stressful situation, and so when they come here, to have something like this to help calm them is really, really key. So that's really cool.
Well, and even in the community with a lot of our partners that we work with on our multidisciplinary team, even if it's just sitting in our MDT observation room and sitting underneath the table, visiting with a detective, that can be very therapeutic for our partners and their hard jobs. And
Well, and we're not going to name any names, but you did tell me you've seen some of those adults baby talk to her, right?
absolutely. Yes.
Dogs tend to do that to people
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes.
So, well, that's really, really cool. Well, it's good. It's good that you finally got her. I know it was a long road, because we've been
Yes.
talking about this for a long time,
Yep.
and I know the process is very daunting. But so cool that you guys have this, and she's going to be able to help these kiddos get through whatever they're going through
Yes.
as we move forward. So. Thank you for your time today, you and Leslie both. We appreciate what you and the whole center is doing here for the children of Ellis County. It's very, very much needed. So if you guys share this video with your friends and family, if you find it in your heart or you need a place to donate to, this is a great organization, and the money is not wasted. It goes to the kiddos of Ellis County, so don't forget. If you're looking to sell or buy a home in Ellis County or 10 other counties, contact Team Ensinia with Keller Williams. For all your insurance needs, I'm with Goosehead Insurance. I can shop your rates from about 35 different A-rated carriers. Make sure you're covered properly at the right price. Don't forget about our great partners at ellisdownhome.com. They've got a great interactive website with lots of cool stories by local writers. You should really check them out. There's stuff like food, travel, leisure, you name it, it's all there. It's really, really cool. Go to elliscountyvideos.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also hit the notification bell so you know when we have new videos. Don't forget, we're Team Ensinia. We are building community and connecting neighbors. Thanks a lot.